All right, lesson 2.3, solving inequalities using multiplication or division. All right, well, we have part A and part B here. So for part A, what are we going to do? All right, well, I have to isolate the variable, and here I'm dividing by 8. So to get rid of the 8, we have to do the opposite of division. We have to multiply. So multiply by 8 on both sides of the equation. And the 8's cancel out on the left side, and we get x is greater than negative 40. And they want me to graph each solution as well. So here's 0, say here's negative 40, and it's greater than, there's no equal sign, so it's just an open circle, and it's greater than negative 40, so we're going to the right. Okay. And for the next one, once again I have to isolate the variable. I'm multiplying by 3 here, so you have to do the opposite to get rid of it. Divide by 3. And I get negative 8 is greater than or equal to x. Now I want x on the left side, so I'll switch the position of these expressions, and when I do that, I also switch the sign. Alright, so graphing this now, I have x is less than or equal to negative 8. So here's 0, there's negative 8. And it's a less than or equal to, so that means it's a circle that's solid dot, and we're going to the left because it's less than. Alright, so there's your graph. Alright, going on to the next example. Alright, this is what you really have to watch out for when working with inequalities. Here I'm dividing by negative 3. I want to isolate the variable, so I'm going to multiply by negative 3 on both sides. Okay, so the negative 3's cancel out here. Now whenever you multiply by a negative on both sides of an inequality, you flip the inequality sign. Don't forget to flip the inequality sign. Alright, and then I have y isolated. But now there's still one other thing we need to do. I want to get y on the left side. So I switch the position of the expressions, and I flip the sign once again. So y is less than negative 6. Graphing the solution, I have negative 6, and it's less than, so it's going to be an open circle. There's no equal sign, so it's not solid. And we're going to left, since it's less than. Okay, next one I have negative 7 times y. Alright, now in order to get rid of the negative 7, you have to do the opposite of multiplication. We divide by negative 7. Cancel out. And now just like when you multiply by a negative, when you divide by a negative, you have to flip the inequality sign. Don't forget to do that. These are very easy problems, but the biggest mistake students make is forgetting to flip that inequality sign. Alright, and y is already isolated on the left side, so all we have to do is graph it now. And there's 5, and y is greater than or equal to, so it's going to be a solid dot, since it's equal to, and it's greater than, so we're going to the right. Okay, on to the next example. You earn $9.50 per hour at your summer job. $9.50 per hour. Write and solve an inequality that represents the number of hours you need to work to buy a digital camera that costs $247. Okay, you're making $9.50 an hour. Okay, now you have to work a certain amount of hours in order to be able to afford that camera. So you're going to have to work X hours. All right, because $9.50 times X, that's going to give you the total amount of money you've made depending on the hours that you worked. Okay, now this quantity has to be greater than or equal to 247, because otherwise you can't afford the camera then. All right, so the amount you earn per hour times the amount of hours that you work, that total has to be greater than or equal to 247. Okay, and it says to solve it as well, so we're going to divide by 950. And when we do that, x is greater than or equal to 26. So you have to work at least 26 hours in order to afford this digital camera. All right, that's all there is to it. All right, begin the assignment at the bottom of the web page. Make sure to ask for help if you need any.